Hey, Steve here. There wouldn't be a week goes past that I don't get an email from one of our past clients of Racing Horse Monitor asking when we were going to bring it back. Before, in 2015, when we released it, it was a desktop version, and it was very clunky, and it did a great job, but there was a lot of maintenance to keep it up and running. So now we've changed it to a cloud version, so we can maintain it, and that much easier. And I'm pleased to say that it's available again now. So yesterday was the first day that we had everything running on it, and I just want to share with you the results of what we got yesterday on 5 meetings here in Australia. Now, I played it very simple, so that it was a pretty line ball so that you could judge the results, and I only used horses that were all green through the 6 time zones. Now, down below you'll read about what the time zones are, but if we just scroll through, here we can see that we had 55 bets over the 5 race meetings. We had 11 winners, 26 place getters, for a profit after Betfair commission of $15 on the win and $18.52 on the play. So we got $33 profit back from our 55 bets. So the average price of the winners was 8.57, and the average price of the place bets were 2.83, so both very high. The strike rate of 20% winners and 47% in the place market. Now I'll just show you the meetings quickly. Here we've got Ballarat, which had 9 races, which you can see there, 13 bets, only the 2 winners, 7 place getters, and we made a small loss in the win market, but we made 5.5 points in the place market. Look at Kalgoorlie. Kalgoorlie was a poor meeting for us, 9 bets, only 1 winner, 3 place getters, and we made a 7.5 point loss overall. In Wagga, a small meeting, only 6 races, but we made nearly 12 points profit. Only our 9 bets, we had 3 winners, 5 running place. Toowoomba had a big card, 11 races there, and we made 18 points profit there, nearly 19 points profit in Toowoomba. And Wellington was the last meeting we did. We had 11 bets, 4 winners, 5 running places, and 6.5 points profit for Wellington. Now I have all the results of this on the results page, and I'll just flip there for a sec. So what I've done here is I've shown every one of the races yesterday, and the prerequisite was that they were all green right through. So in the 6 time zones, and I was using from the 2-hour mark for 120 minutes right through to the off, every line had to be green before it qualified as a bet. Now that's a very simplistic way of doing it, but I just did it with a standard reference so that you could get an idea on what this is capable of doing. But this is not the way to run it. I mean, there's many ways to run this, and this is just the horse and the race ones. It's not even looking at the drifter and steamer, which is a separate section, which you can see further down the page. Okay, but what this is, it is a tool, and everyone will use it differently. But the good thing about it is it highlights where the real money's going. I mean, you can be watching the TV and they'll say that, you know, a race is sponsored by bookmaker comments, oh, so-and-so is the big steamer. When you're looking at the Betfair markets, these are punters putting the money on what they think, and also you get bookmakers laying off on their corporate bookmakers. So you get a lot of money going into the Betfair markets. I mean, even now, if we look here, here's a race, the first race, a maiden race at Ballarat, and we can see there's $150,000 in that race. In Betfair, Australian dollars, in the win market. Now, some of these TABs in Australia, etc., they are not carrying anywhere near that amount of money in it. So the true market indicator of what the general public and also the money in the know thinks is going to be more balanced and reflected more accurately in the Betfair prices. And this is in this race here in Ballarat, we've got 4 horses in it, which is the most I've come across so far. Generally, you get them like this one here, where there's only one. So You Beauty runs third, paid $1.85 for the place. So we look here, Artie Lucas got beaten. In fact, the Shepherd was the big drifter that won. But we look at another one here. Here's a classic example of the prices and what's being reflected as Betfair SPs. Like accordingly, I backed accordingly and I got 13 for it just before they jumped. And yet we have a look at the Betfair SP price. It's $6.34. How does that happen? So the prices that we've got here, the current prices showing here, these are the price 1 second before the official jump time. Okay, because you've got to have time to put your bets on. So as I said, have a look at the page and that. Have a look at these results. There is one result only where there's a horse that's got 1 red against it. It's a horse I actually backed. And the reason I have included it in the results, because, well, it was a good winner. But the thing is everything was red when I placed the bet on it. And this is this one here, Hell of a Babe. You can see there 4%, otherwise everything was green. There's my bet there. I had a dollar on it there, and I got 24s. But at 25, sorry. But it was 23 when I submitted the bet. Okay, so that's why I've included it in the results here. But otherwise, there's several I've missed out, and I've put them in there. Several bets that I made that I haven't included here. One was a 10-to-1 winner. One was paid $6 for the place, but I haven't put them in fairness of it. Okay, so thanks for having a look at here. Look, I'm sure everyone has a different way of playing it, but this has a remarkable accuracy. Not all steamers win, obviously, and drifters do, of course, win. But what I've noticed doing it yesterday and the day before is how accurately, if the money's there, the horses put in, have a red hot go. So and I've just shown you Australia here, but in the US it's doing the same. This morning I just saw an 8-to-1 winner. It was the only green horse in the race, all green in the race, and it won at 8-to-1. So thanks for watching this video, and look, I am totally excited with the Racing Price Monitor. I was when we first bought it out 6 years ago, but now it's just much better. It has all the countries. It originally only had the UK and Ireland. Now it's got all the Betfair countries on Racing Price Monitor if you want to load them in there. So take some time, have a look at the other video, which is a more sort of a bit like a tutorial video of what this software can do. On behalf of Michael and myself, Steve, thanks for watching this, and have a bloody great day. Cheers.